this is basically next part of the book. So one of the person told that currently basically war is ongoing of Ukraine and Russia group basically. So these two group basically are firing missiles from. So they basically have the data, na, basically. That's why basically they have created the missile, and that missile is basically finishing that areas basically. So they have collected the data from any of the company basically from where the data is collected. So same way basically in future India basically will get a war between some country basically any of the country basically. So that time basically this all data basically is going to be very crucial basically because if one person told that India basically have 100 missile and that basically is not getting fire. That 100 missile basically is bekar basically. Bekar means there is no value of that missile. Why? Because the data is leaked by the TCS, Infosys, eClearX, 3 and 4 Capgemini. So this whole company basically has leaked the missile data basically. So one of the person knows how many missile data India basically have. How many missile basically India have? So the India basically have 100 missile. But that data basically is with any of the country like Pakistan. No, basically, because TCS is not connected with the Pakistan. Basically, Infosys is also not connected with Pakistan group. Basically, China group. Basically, the Russian group, American group. Basically, so this all group basically are not connected with the eClearX basically, but they are having the TCS is having their investment in China basically. So it might possible that basically TCS might leak that data basically that China basically this is that BrahMos missile basically who is collecting this whole RDX data basically or basically weapon data basically from this whole cities basically if you finish that city na basically so they will not get the raw material basically. So you can just imagine basically because, but nowadays basically it's the energy world basically so each and every stuff basically are getting created from the energy. So see basically few more books. So see basically. So in this basically these two groups basically plays important role. NASA and ISRO basically. ISRO is of India basically and NASA is of America basically. These two are basically friends basically because they say that basically we can solve the problem through peace also. So these two groups are of peace group basically because they know basically once the war has started it's very difficult to stop the war because you can just imagine basically Russia and Ukraine war. That war basically connected to Iran, Saudi Arab. I don't know how many countries basically it's connected. Currently, the Thailand basically was also basically started the war. So that small war basically converted into the big issue. So these two group basically know that problem solving through peace basically that is the better thing basically. So I am searching job peacefully basically. See basically. See basically. So see basically Mumbai sea boundary basically how it has created because Mumbai is no Mumbai sea water basically is not coming inside the city basically. Why? Because boundary basically has drawn by the certain level of groups basically. Due to that boundary basically, have you ever seen that basically sea water basically is coming inside the city and basically entire city basically of Mumbai basically is going underwater? That is not possible. Why? Because sea water boundary has drawn and that is basically connected with the education basically and that basically if one of so one of the person told me, can we basically get the data of that boundary basically so that basically my entire Mumbai basically go under sea water basically. Then one of the person told me, this is very dangerous thing basically you have asked basically. So in next video see basically few more dangerous things.